At Lee Valley we've got 16 cubic metres of water every second is powering down the channel. If it hits you wrong then it hurts, but if you're using it well and it's pushing you down and you're in the right place, then there's no better feeling. It takes about 90 to 100 seconds to get down. We have to paddle through between 18 and 25 gates, 6 of them in an upstream direction, so kind of against the flow, and the rest of them in a downstream direction. If you touch any of the poles, it's 2 seconds added to your time. If you miss any of the gates or don't negotiate it correctly, it's 50 seconds added to your time, so that's you out of the race.
You get one run down the course, you don't get any practice. You watch the demonstration runs that they pick out, and then you go one run down. If you manage to get in that top few, then you qualify straight to the semi-final. But if you don't, then you have to race again to then qualify your place.
The course is usually set the day before, so all the athletes get a chance to have a look and try and suss out the lines. We don't get to go on the course before, so we don't get any practice, but the organisers will send some boats down that aren't in the race, and we get to watch those and maybe learn a bit more about what the water's doing around the gates, and that's how we make our plans.
For the semi-final there's one run again on a different course, which is always exciting because it's the same preparations again as the qualification, but less people and more pressure, and then if you make the top cut then you get into the final, and then one run again on the same course in chance for a medal. So the difference between canoe and kayak: canoe you're kneeling down in the boat with a single bladed paddle, and kayak you're sitting down with your legs in front with a double bladed paddle. So to go kayaking you need a double bladed paddle, a kayak. They're both really light, they're made of carbon Kevlar, so you can go through the water really quickly and be really light on top of the water. You also need a life jacket and a helmet, and also a spray deck which goes over the cockpit with a rim, which is the whole bit in the boat, so make sure no water comes in. Inside we've got footrests which are screwed in from the outside, so we can put pressure with our feet through on the blades. And we also have our seat which is also very individual. The person has to fit it out to suit themselves.
This is a canoe singles or C1. And this is a canoe doubles or C2. The main difference between the two obviously are there's only space for one person in this and there's space for 2 in there. We have to strap ourselves in to stop ourselves falling out, and these go either side of the block, and that essentially keeps us in place. The canoe paddle is also a bit different to the kayak paddle. As you can see, there's only a blade on one side, and the other side we have a handle. So we only paddle on one side of the boat, and if you have to paddle on the other side, then we have to call it a crossbar stroke or cross deck stroke. The C2 is a little bit different because there's one person paddling on each side, so there's no need to do the cross deck strokes. There's no weight in the front with our legs, so it's maybe a bit easier for us to keep the boat on top of the water and keep it dry, which makes for faster lines for us. I picked canoe singles and canoe doubles because they're the coolest classes. Everyone on the Slalom circuit knows that they're the main events.
For me, I enjoy both kayak and C1, but C2 is very exciting because there's 2 people in the boat and they've both got to go down the course at the same time.